Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Crafty Court, and we are here with another tutorial under 10 minutes for you, 2 weeks for me. So I had this board that I found. It was behind something, I don't know, but I decided to go ahead and use it. We're going to use some Spackle for this art. We're doing texture art. Spackle is for drywalling. And as you can see here, I don't know what I'm doing with this project. I just went and just dug right in. I couldn't find any of my utensils. I could not find my scraper. I couldn't find my palette knives. I was a mess. I don't even know what I'm using to apply this to this board, but I just had to make something work. I did the best that I could. And like, if you just see what I'm about to do right now, it's just embarrassing. I don't know what I was doing. I never did this before, y'all. So I did end up finding one of my palette knives, and it made it so much easier to, smooth it on there. And this is what it looked like. And it dries. It doesn't stay this color. It dries and it turns, like a pale grayish kind of color, I just want to say. So this is the color that it is once it's dried. I think I let it dry for a whole day. This is the next day, of course. So, I decided to go ahead and paint it black around the edges. And I didn't know what I was doing at this point. I'm just trying to make it work. Just wasn't looking texturized enough, so I decided to add a little bit more spackle here. Okay, so this is when everything starts to just go haywire. So I also could not find my foil sheets, which is what I wanted to use on this project. Instead, I just had the foil flakes, and foil flakes are very, very messy. I usually only use them for my epoxy resin projects, but this was all I had, and I just kept telling myself, I am not going to the store because I know I had some sheets here somewhere. I just needed to find them, and I just couldn't find them. So I just said, I'm just going to use this until I do find them. And it was a mess. I just was so upset with myself when I was doing this. It was just flakes everywhere. And then in the midst of doing this, I was like, oh, well, you know what? This looked better when it's white. So I decided to go ahead and paint the whole thing white because that pale other color just wasn't good. And as you can see here, the white, I don't know, you could just see it looks more textured with this white. So I just think it had a greater look. This is the look when I painted the whole entire thing white instead of the original color of the spackle. It looked good. It looks so fresh. Looked nice like this. A whole mess right here. When I tell you, at this point, I was losing so much confidence in this whole project. I just kept thinking I have to stop. But then at the same time, I was like, no, I have to keep going because I have a vision. It can look good. So I don't know what was going on at this point. I was highly upset with myself. And yes, I did cave in, and I went to the store and I had to get the foil sheets and stop using those daggone flakes, because it was a mess and it was just driving me insane at that point. So I added some more sheets to the project, and I started to feel better about this at this point. This was my first time doing texture art, my first time using spackle outside of drywall. It was a nice experience. I learned a lot of what not to do, so that's a great thing. And when I do this again, I'm going to do it on a much bigger canvas, and I'll be totally prepared for the next time. So this was a good experience.